Well, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Um, I am very excited today to kind of kick off this webinar. It's a great topic, and I hope you're all very interested. We're going to start a live stream conversation with Vanessa Wheeler. Vanessa's with the Center for Urban Research, which runs the Best Workplaces for Commuters program. And Movability has been a partner with Best Workplaces for Commuters for 5 years. And we're thrilled to be offering assistance to our members to take advantage of the programs that they offer, as well as to really amp up their employee commuter programs, which we'll talk about a lot on this webinar. By way of introduction, my name is Bill Schnell. I'm the programs manager here at Movability. And Vanessa and I will be discussing the Best Workplaces program, how it's helpful for employers, and how employers can take the steps that they need to build and bolster a great commuter benefits program. So with that, I'm going to turn things over to Vanessa to introduce herself and to talk more about the Best Workplaces for Commuter program.
All right. Well, Bill, thank you. And also thank you to Movability for inviting Best Workplaces for Commuters to be a presenter today. So super excited to be here. As Bill mentioned, my name is Vanessa. I'm with the Best Workplaces for Commuters program, and it is housed under the Center for Urban Transportation Research. Cutter is what we'll reference from there on. All right. So a little bit about Best Workplaces, since this may be new to many of you. First, Best Workplaces for Commuters was established by the EPA back in 2002. The idea there was that it would be a recognition program for employers providing great commuter benefits, so helping get single occupancy vehicles off the road. So, think Energy Star, just a way to brand yourself and be recognized. In 2007, a big shift occurred when Cutter assumed the program. Since then, we've been working to grow the program and expand it. And in 2023, we're pleased that we had a record-breaking year. We also, in this year, expanded into Canada. So that's really exciting. All right, we have a couple of different membership programs. Well, our largest group of participants, members in the program, are employers. So this would be individual workplaces. We do also have program support to recognize best sites. So this would be like a mall or a corporate campus with multiple tenants. We have a best universities and colleges program. So we have some distinctions between universities and colleges, but we recognize both of those. And then, of course, partners, which Bill mentioned earlier. Movability is one of our wonderful partners. We'll talk a bit more about partners down the line. All right, first, though, it would be great to get a little bit of feedback from the audience. So you might see in your interface, you have a tab called Comments. If you want to take a moment and type in A, B, C, or D, whatever is appropriate to just tell us how far your home is from your office, even if you're a telecommuter. Just take a look and see. Okay. And actually, a heads up to my wonderful hosts, I am actually not able to see. There we go. It took a second to connect. All right, it looks like we have a number of people who are fairly close to the office. That gives us more commuting options. That's great.
Right.
All right, lots of A's and B's out there. I'll give it another couple seconds and then we'll move on in case anybody else wants to participate.
I'll chime in and I'll just say that I'm a C.
All right, wonderful. I'm also in the C category when I'm not telecommuting. So, all right, we can move on. Thank you so much, everybody.
Right. So let's kind of transition now to kind of really looking at the program and all its aspects. But let's kind of start with kind of discussing what's the benefits for employers to work with their employees to kind of offer these commuter benefit programs?
Well, there are a number of reasons why an organization might choose to offer a commuter benefits program. So I'll just cover a couple of the common ones. First, one of the benefits to the employer is to reduce parking demand. It may also help the employer meet like sustainability goals. If their goal is to, have less greenhouse gas emissions, for example, it'll help them there. It also can help with attraction for employees and retaining employees. At giving your employees more options and showing them that they are prioritized can help you gain and retain. And then, of course, there's tax benefits. So there can be tax savings both to the employer and the employee. So I'll share a couple of little bits of data here. So first, in a recent study by the Society for Human Resource Management, you may know them as SHRM, there's been some, particularly as we've gone through the pandemic and more people have moved to a remote workspace. They've done some studies and recognized that there is an important value in mental health to that liminal space, that time between home and work and home. So even if it's just a few minutes, just having that space to prepare yourself mentally, subliminally for transitioning into the work in the home has some benefits. Also, SHRM did a study recently, and there's about 50 billion solo commutes that are made each year and each of them is an average of 26 minutes. That's a long time to be in a car commuting. So there are some advantages to looking at different ways to solve that commute. And above all, one of the things to think about in all of this is that not all commutes are created equally. So it's a very different kind of commute if you're white-knuckled navigating high-stress traffic versus if you're sitting on a bus or a tram or a train, reading your favorite book, or maybe you're riding your bike and getting some fresh air and getting a little exercise. So, above all, not all commutes are created equally.
Great. I know for a fact that, for a lot of employers, they know that they have a challenge that they're trying to solve. They're getting feedback from their employees, but they don't know where to begin their journey. It's difficult. Not everyone is an expert on these topics. So how should they approach looking at where to begin? It's getting past those first stages of moving forward and piecing together what ultimately becomes a great commuter program.
As you've highlighted, that is a process to step into. And the most important thing, I think, when an employer is considering where to begin, you have to know your audience. So if you don't know what your employees' needs are, where they are located, what kind of commutes might be appropriate, then you don't know how to apply your limited resources. You may have 20 different commute solutions in your city or in your region, but maybe not all of them would ever apply to your employees. So considering what benefits meet your audience is crucial. So to that point, I always like to ask people, when is the last time you surveyed your employees? So even if you have a stable workforce and you don't have a lot of turnover, there are still changes in personal lives that might affect how far they are from the office, where they are located. Maybe you have employees that live kind of in a clustered area where a carpool might be an appropriate thing to support. What's in the way? What is an obstacle that keeps them from engaging with commuter benefits that you may already be offering? It's just good to ask that. So a couple more bits of information about, as you consider enhancing or setting up a commuter benefits program. Successful programs really should be easy to use. There should be some support in person as well as automated. There should be different diverse travel choices. And back to that, employee survey, those choices should generally map to what you understand your employee population to need. And of course, have cost savings, hopefully to both the employer and the employees. So ease of use is important.
Right. So let's talk a little bit now that have you kind of just described some of this for our audience here. But with all that information, where does the best workplaces for commuters program fit in? And if you're considering becoming a member, which is of course upcoming, what does it mean to be a member? What are some of the things that go into the program?
Well, the short answer is, now that you offer commuter benefits, because you've looked at your employee population, you looked at great ways to support your employees getting to and from the office. So why not get recognition for those benefits that you've put in place? So that's kind of the quick answer. Now, the more expanded answer, like what does it mean to be a member, we'll go into that quite a bit more down the line. But I will say this, why not get national recognition, have support, and additional resources to help you expand your program or adjust your program over time. You know, we do offer education, one-on-one support, and other benefits to members. All right, as I mentioned, so sorry, I have a little bit of a frog this morning. Please excuse me. All right, as I mentioned, 2023 is actually a record-breaking year for us. And we do mostly have workplaces participating in our program, but as you can see, we do also have a number of universities and some sites as well. And I am pleased to say that the greater Austin area has dozens of members with BWC. So I hope that the audience will see this as a great opportunity to join the ranks with a number of other businesses in their region. All right, road to membership. So you can't necessarily just join. You do have to qualify, but qualifying and applying is very easy. First of all, you do need to have one primary benefit. And a primary benefit is a more robust program, something that factors in a number of parts, that is comprehensive, and that is available with a lot of information and options for employees to participate in. And then you need to have 3 secondary benefits. And secondary benefits are less comprehensive. Those can be things like offering showers or lockers or secure bike parking, but not necessarily a whole bike program, for example. And if you're an employer with fewer than 20 employees, you only need to have one secondary benefit as well. So you don't have to fulfill all 3 when you have a smaller employee population. And the one thing I do want to call out, all participants should have access to an emergency ride home. So having and a lot of times there's a regional solution for that. But an emergency ride home ensures that employees feel confident in participating. Sick kid at home, and maybe they can't take their carpool that leaves at 5. So that's just one more thing I wish to call out. So primary benefits, something I like to call out, this is our primary benefits from 2022, because we aggregate that data at the end of each year. And you'll see that telework is the most deployed primary benefit. And that has actually been pretty consistent even since before the pandemic. So telework has been a great thing for people to participate in. And then, of course, subsidized transit passes, van pool, compressed work, and so forth are also popular comprehensive programs for that primary benefit. Secondary benefits, as I mentioned, tend to be less robust. A different benefit out there, but maybe they're not a full comprehensive program. So like I mentioned, secure bike parking, maybe there's ride matching, or you have a flexible schedule. Maybe you have electrical vehicle charging stations at your facility. So those are some of the examples of the most popular, the top 10 supporting benefits that were reported for 2022.
Okay. A couple of times we've mentioned telework, and a lot of times you would think about commuter programs with regard to getting to a physical office, perhaps a long distance away. But talk a little bit about what it means about supporting remote workers.
You bet. So first of all, I will say that, of course, remote work isn't appropriate for all workplaces. But for those that do have remote workers, or where it is appropriate, there are a number of things that can be done. And as I mentioned, this is something that's been observed for a long time. Remote work has been a supported benefit. This isn't a new thing, although it's certainly become more popularized during and post-pandemic. As we hear it in the news, we hear it everywhere. It's a continuing dialogue. So also, according to SHRM, some of the recommendations for supporting remote employees are simulating a work commute. So again, that space between home and work. So encouraging your employees maybe to take a 15-minute walk before and after the workday. So simulating a commute. Some employers are also opting to redirect some of the financial spendings that they put toward benefits into other activities. And of course, for those who are or have returned to work, encouraging your employees who are commuting into the office, have a relaxing commute is also a great thing. All right, this is just a quick snapshot of a few of our members, some of which you may recognize and some, of course, you may not. We work with members large and small, all across the country. And as I mentioned, we're also very familiar with organizations in Canada.
For a number of years before I joined Movability, I was with a company that offered a lot of great employee programs. And being we were absolutely part of the Best Workplaces for Commuters program. And I'll speak personally that the recognition that came from this was very much important to showcasing and employees feeling very proud of their employer and helping them solve commute challenges. So the recognition really went a long way towards solving or helping with recruitment and retention. But why don't you just spend some time talking about a little bit more about what the recognition is about and what people or members who participate can expect?
Well, first, I actually want to celebrate some of the members you have here. This is a photo that Movability kindly shared with us. So I just wish to call out some of your members who are also our members of BWC. So we have the Capital Area Capital Area Council of Governments, the Samsung Austin Semiconductors, City of Austin's Transportation Department, Downtown Austin Alliance, Gisalo Cycling Initiative, Whole Foods Market, and then I understand Indeed also has a number of campuses in the Austin area that are members. So, so fantastic. Thank you all for participating and being members of BWC. And now, to that end, I will say that this press releases can lead to great things. So being able to promote that status on social media, being able to have access to a marketing kit with templates, exclusive use of the BWC logo with branding, and then, of course, those certificates you saw in that photo a minute ago. So the screen right now is showing you a number of examples from 2022's list release. We're coming up on 2023 here in January, so this is last year's promotion. But you'll see an example of here's the national press release, and it led to a number of different posts from our members. And at any point, when you tag us, one of the benefits of being a member is that we help spread that word on your behalf. So we will repost things and help, extend that recognition for you. All right, a couple of other benefits that members receive. So first of all, each BWC member does receive one seat to receive the Commuter Choice Certificate. So it's a professional certificate program that specifically provides comprehensive training for transportation professionals. So having one seat, that $250 value, if that's something you want to grow within your own career or your own, professionals on staff, that's an incredible opportunity to be able to take advantage of that. We also do issue guides. Most recently, we updated the commuter benefits guide that you see here on the screen. And this is just a comprehensive kind of walkthrough of the different ways that you could take advantage of the tax benefits. So both the employer and the employee perspective. So that's a great tool. And it, of course, has been updated a couple of times recently with some of the tax codes changes that we have seen. And then members also have access to an online portal where there are a number of resources, some peer-to-peer networking opportunities, and just other ways to engage with us and take advantage of the education that's out there. So we also offer a number of webinars and events. So these are, again, educational opportunities as well as opportunities to gain insight into what other members are doing. So we will often take the time to feature a member and allow them to share their program. Maybe they're doing something, very interesting or different. Maybe they've met those participatory needs innovatively. Now, any program where maybe they've done a great job of promoting it to their employees, then we like to call that out, but we'll also provide information and education to help you succeed there. So our upcoming programs, we do have Florida's Best Workplaces for Commuters, which may sound very regionally specific, but our very own Phil Winters will also be presenting some great information that's much more on a national perspective, just some trends and information. So I hope that everybody can join us November 2nd. And then we also, of course, have our big list release in January. So if you'll hold the date, January 25, we hope to maybe include some of you on that list announcement. That would be exciting. If you are interested in participating and applying for Best Workplaces, you still have some time. We have just over a month. Our deadline is November 30th for that, to make that January 25 list release next year. And of course, you can connect with bestworkplaces.org, or please connect with Movability, your partner, our partner. We would love to all work with you. And as I mentioned, Movability is a fantastic partner, and I would like to give them the stage for a couple of minutes to share why it would be great to work with them as a partner and help connect with Best Workplaces. So Bill, I'm going to turn it to you.
Great, thanks so much. Yes, so for everyone listening, if you don't know who Movability is, we are a transportation management association. We're here in Austin, and we work with our members to provide help them solve commute challenges. And participation in the Best Workplaces for Commuters program, certainly a big component of some of the programs, and certainly recognition piece. So if you're beginning your journey and you know you have a commute challenge, or you're trying to be more sustainable, whatever your goals are, we can certainly work with you to kind of help define some programs to really work for your business or your organization, and we can really help make a difference and solve some of those commute challenges. So Movability is here, and we ask you to reach out to us. We can help you develop those programs, or if you're already a member and you're looking for some assistance in becoming a member of the Best Workplaces for Commuter program, please reach out to us. We're here to help. We can help drive that for you, and we're going to meet those deadlines. So we're very excited. Vanessa, I wanted to thank you so much for your time today. Yeah, this is fantastic information. If there's anything else you want to relay, I'll give you a couple seconds to do that.
Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for being a partner with Best Workplaces. We couldn't do it without our partners. Our partners are our way to connect with local communities and, give an added value. And I understand that, Movability also covers all of those member dues. So it's sort of a win-win for those who do choose to engage with Movability, because they can also opt to extend that benefit further and also join Best Workplaces. So it's partners like you that make our program successful, and we're thrilled to have you.
That's fantastic, great. And yes, I will reiterate that if you're a member of Movability, covering some of those costs incurred for the program are something we can talk about and achieve. So again, thank you, Vanessa, and thank you to all of our viewers today. We had a wonderful time. Please reach out to Movability. Go to our website for follow-up information on the program. You've seen our contact information here. So again, please reach out. And once again, thank you everyone for your time.
And actually, I also want to give the audience an opportunity to ask any questions if they have any questions for either of us. So do you have any questions for Bill about Movability, your local partner, or about Best Workplaces? So just go ahead and reach out via comments, and we will try and address those for you.
Okay, looks like we have a question about how does the pending SEC mandate regarding ESG come into play? Okay. Vanessa, I'm not sure if you know much about that. Maybe Mark. I'm not. Mark, feel free to reach out to me afterwards if you'd like, or anyone on Movability staff. Discuss this a little bit further. not something I'm familiar with, but we can certainly look into it.
Okay. All right. I can go ahead and take this next question for Lee. In a larger organization, or actually even smaller, oftentimes it's the human resources department that will take on sort of that ownership or management. Oftentimes, organizations will also have an employee transportation coordinator that might be appointed within the team to help facilitate connecting commuters to their options. And that person can be in HR or outside of HR, just depends on what's appropriate.
Okay, do we have any other questions? Here we go. So this question from Alex, can you give me some examples of commuter benefits at best sites or universities?
You bet. So our overall program has a lot of the same benefits in that, we do that national press release. We, of course, will help you promote your programs. You have access to all of those tools, benefits portal, certificates. So all of that is uniform across all of our sort of membership categories. That said, as far as best sites or universities and colleges, we do offer additional education. Well, not additional, we also offer education that addresses topics that are specific to best sites or universities and colleges. I hope that at least gives you some idea.
Okay. Let's see if we get any final questions coming through here. If not, then yes, once again, I will just say thank you again, Vanessa. Thanks to all of our viewers for taking the time to tune in on social media or wherever you're coming to us from. And again, please reach out to Movability for any questions or about your commute programs or any kind of assistance that we can provide for participating in the Best Workplaces for Commuters program. Again, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And thanks, Movability. Have a great day, everybody.